a really important part of this unit is actually the names of the bones as well as the skeleton itself. So what you should have is a diagram on the front side of the skeleton, as well as a listing of the bone names. And if you don't have those should be up on my Moodle page. So as you can see, with the skeleton itself, what you're going to do is you're going to use pages 155, and that should actually have most of the bones, including all of them, I think, except for one. Please keep in mind that some of the terms we're being kind of general with, for instance, the pelvic bone. We are not breaking it down into the ilium, the ischium, and the pubis. And same thing with the sternum. We're not including the manubrium, the body, and the xiphoid process. We're just calling it the sternum. In fact, I think on the listing, if it's not on there, I had forgotten at one point the sternum, so please make sure that that is added on if I have missed it. You can also use the diagram that's also on page 154 as well. In addition, the diagram on 155 shows the differentiation between the axial and appendicular skeletons. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to use colored pencils and use one colored pencil to color the bones of the axial skeleton, and then use another color for the appendicular. And this should mirror what your textbook diagram looks like. All right, the second part, and this would be on the back side of that skeletal diagram, is going to be the vertebral column as well as the curvatures of the spine. So you're going to be reading in your textbook pages 161 through 163. You need to read starting with the blue header that says spinal curvature, and you're going to stop at the one that says thoracic vertebrae. That contains all of the information that you need. First of all, you're going to label the diagram numbers 1 through 7, and you need to make sure that you are reading very specifically to uncover the names for number 6 and number 7. Okay, look at where they are, look at what region of the spine that they are in, and that should give you some clues that you can find from the reading. In addition, you need to label the curves. So on your diagram, kind of label the sections and the names of the curves of those sections. In addition, you need to identify the curves as primary or secondary. If they are primary, and this answer will be the same for any of them, you need to tell me when they appear. So you need to know and understand when a primary curve actually shows up in a human. For a secondary curve, these emerge later. I will tell you they're not present the whole time. So these show up at different time points. And what you want to have, or what you need to be able to explain is what events, in other words, what developmental milestones cause each of them to appear. So I'll tell you that there are 2 of them, and so one of them appears at a very specific developmental time frame, and the other develops at a different one. Okay, so that is for the skeletal diagram, and then what we'll do is work into the joints.